Okay, I'm here. Yeah, sec. That down a bit. Good. Right around there. Perfect. Okay. Now I need to put that on. Perfect. Right around there. Perfect. Good enough. All right. I'm gonna continue the game now. Supposed to do it a few days ago, but I didn't want to play any games. I ain't gonna lie. I caught back up to the area where I was at, which was cutting her open, and I had to go get a bucket. For some reason. I see you. That doesn't make me uncomfortable at all. I really don't want to go in that bathroom. I remember what happened last time. I did not appreciate it.
I hope no one dipped a mu- It's best to go to the lab for this.
Gotta see if this guy is here. Yo, dude, he's asleep. Of course he is. Useless. Buddy in there. Have to go in here and he's gonna freak out.
Huh?
Oh my god. Anyone in here? Those weird Japanese ghosts, are you in here? No, okay, it's fine. What is this? Brush. Of no consequence to me. Oh, good lord. I completely forgot to close this. Put this down. No, I can't. Gonna leave that door closed then.
Historically, the lung float test is used to detect infanticide.
Yeah, I just wanted to put that down so I could go close that door. Window. I'm not dealing with that right now. It is not something I'm trying to do. Here we go. I can't crouch. Hello, Jador. How are you doing?
This month.
Another kidnapping. Is there a serial kidnapper in Petersville? The New Orleans Police Department has received another missing person report from an unidentified female, making it third this month. Is it just coincidence or is their meticulously crafted scheme? I can't say it's that Pete guy because he just got out. How you? Did I say how you been, Jador? I don't know. Okay, I did. Okay, perfect. I've been alright. I'm just not trying to disappear like for weeks again. I was supposed to stream yesterday, but I just didn't feel like it. And Monday, I really didn't feel like it, so I just put up a schedule. Now I have to be here. I have to keep it consistent. Okay, so I did get back to where I said I was gonna be before the stream, because I didn't want to have to do it now.
The water should be at room temperature. That's enough.
There we go.
To test for this, I have to place the lungs in a container of water. This checks if there is air in the lungs. And speaking of lungs, everything is ready to bring them here.
Perfect. And you won't stub your toe and censor it. You're here, aren't you? Return to the body and take the lungs. Okay. As long as you hear your
Oh, Jesus.
okay, that gave me the chills. But as long as you hear your toes are safe. And this guy really needs to get off the perks. Like, it's not doing good for him.
Of course, such a study isn't without flaws. Air may have entered a newborn's airways during resuscitation attempts. Gas is released during decom. In this case, however, it's about something else. Namely, the amount of fluid in the lungs.
Now your toes are safe, so don't worry about it.
To test for this, I have to place the lungs in a container of water and wait to see if they fall or if they will float on the surface.
Quick question, is this an actual test, uncensored? Because if it is, that's crazy. Place the lungs in water, okay. Oh.
Just as I assumed, the lungs collapsed easily.
I forgot what that meant, to be honest. Mean again when the lung... Okay, whatever. It's okay.
Fluid could have entered the lungs during panic attempts to catch breath underwater, but it could also be the result of bacterial infections or cancer, so further investigation is needed.
Okay, so that meant that when she was drowning, could have entered the lungs. But isn't that customary, though? What did he mean by that again?
I move on to dissecting the lungs of the deceased.
I'll figure it out later. Because I literally sped through this so I could get back to this exact area, and I forgot what he meant by that. There we go, there we go, there we go.
You can hear the distinct, very unpleasant crackling of the tissues being cut through.
That does not sound fun to hear at all. But I do want to hear it, as morbid as that sounds.
The parenchyma is remarkably pale, although small hemorrhagic foci and petechia are present on the surface.
Yes.
All right.
Medical jargon that
now,
I don't understand.
I will check the collected fluid under a microscope. If we find 20 diatoms on the slide, it can be considered drowning, and our result is not false positive due to possible contaminations.
I keep looking down this hallway because this character is tripping balls all the time. Like, he's seeing people, this thing keeps rising up. It's not fun for me. Makes me very uncomfortable.
Let's see. Although I won't even notice an... Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here.
It's perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Right there. Oh. That's a lot of bacteria.
In
or diatoms, whatever. I'm gonna call it bacteria because I'm not into medicine.
Clusters of them. There will definitely be more than 20 of them.
Medical jargon is what I'm gonna call it.
I'll make a note of all this.
Turn to the autopsy.
So
okay.
Far, this case looks pretty standard. It's clear from the beginning that it's drowning. Well, the procedure requires me to check everything anyway. So I move on to checking the other organs.
Wait, let me think about this.
And then remove it for inspection.
Okay, before I continue this, I'm gonna exit out. Before I continue with this, I do know she has... I wasn't
sure it would amount to anything, but the World Wide Web has been a blessing for speeding up my work.
Okay, so I do know she has a bunch of issues with, the law, right? And she had issues with her neighbors. I do know she drowned, but potentially she could have been pushed. That is a potential thing that could have happened. But the general consensus for now is that she just tripped and fell into the well and then died. I still believe she was pushed. Because, I'm thinking, imagine this is the well, right? If you trip and fall, would your arms get scraped on the side of the... let's say right here is the side. If you fell right there, would your arms get scraped like this? or if you got pushed, would it get scraped like that, depending on the force of the push. Hmm. Maybe I'm reaching. Maybe just this part makes me think she got pushed. Maybe it's just a reach. Let me continue with the autopsy. Okay, begin a thorough heart analysis.
Strongly developed putrefactic hemolysis of the organ can be seen at first glance. Apart from that, no signs of a heart attack or other heart disease.
Okay. Mark the damage. Nothing really wrong with the heart right here.
I move on to the next organ. This time, it's the liver.
Okay. That's it. There it is. It looks... Oh. I don't think this line right here is normal.
That the deceased didn't care for herself. Like most organs, her liver is enlarged and severely congested.
I'm thinking, would an actual week-old drowned body organs look like this were more decrepit? That's on you, Uncensored. Have you seen something like this? Like, have they looked at this normal? Because I know I wouldn't want to see that IRL.
The beginnings of cirrhosis are visible in some areas. I transfer the organ to a board and proceed to dissect. I still do like what he's taught when he tells me what to do, because I wouldn't know.
Wait, what happens if I just don't stay in the line? Nothing. Oh, never mind. Probably his mental illness takes over.
The cross-section clearly shows dilated veins and many small hemorrhagic foci. I must admit that this is quite a feat, considering the rather young age of the deceased.
Oh. Okay, so there are consequences to me missing a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the restroom to go get the medicine. He's legitimately tripping. Okay, so if you mess up a lot, you have to go take more medicine, which I don't think is good for this guy at all. Hopefully that doesn't have any consequences. Okay.
Harper enjoyed drinking so much that she might not have lasted a few more years.
So that's fine, because she's not going to need to care about that. She's dead.
I move on to the stomach. I take a sample of the fluid for testing.
It's gonna be the syringe. Here. Okay, and I gotta go test for my diatoms.
I'll see what happens after spinning, but that's in a moment. Now, I carefully ligate the organ, then cut it off. It's enlarged, probably full of putrid gases.
Oh, bro, that would be so gross to cut open. I transfer it to the
board and carefully open it, checking the contents.
Okay. Really hope this thing doesn't explode on me. All right.
One thing you'd never get used to is how much this desk smells.
I don't even want to imagine that smell. Weak, old, rotting gases. Have been pressurized by water. That just sounds gross.
Okay, the stomach is full of fluid and unidentified organic matter, which is probably leftover food.
That does not look fun.
Diatoms. Again, but in a centrifuge for a change. The problem with examining drowned people is being able to show whether the death was due to drowning or whether something else contributed to the death. Cramp, heart attack, drugs, homicide, or some accident. Such an analysis requires viewing from different angles and a careful interpretation of the collected data. including those from the field. That's why it's so important to collect as many samples as possible. Unfortunately.
Okay. I don't think he's wearing a mask. Yeah, cutting that stomach open could have been a very bad idea because it could have exploded. Especially, yeah, that.
Okay.
Honestly, this does not seem like something I could ever do. Okay, real quick question, uncensored. How bad?
Now set.
How bad do like these bodies smell? You know, after you have to cut them open, especially if it's like week-old bodies. 35 minutes, 25%. 5 minutes. Centrifuge. Yeah, I just know it's gonna close. Watch the lights. Watch the lights go. No? You don't want to close on me? Uh-huh. It's whenever I'm paying attention, the centrifuge does not want to close. But as soon as I stop paying attention.
Done. I'll run it directly into the chromatograph and run it against the data from the police. I'm certain the analysis will show similarities between the fluid
in the rack,
and water
that's in
in
the lab,
Chelsea's
bro.
well.
They're rotten, they smell so bad, it's probably the worst smell you've ever smelled. Oh yeah, that. Honestly, I apologize for reminding you of stuff like that, but like I needed to know. Because like this guy just said it smelled bad, and
I think 3 milliliters should be fine.
And it sounds like it did. Like week-old rotten bodies, like that were in a well, surrounded by water, with the food still in the stomach. Nah, it just sounds. Oh wow. Oh. Okay, there we go. A pipette is done, and that was not close enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
now it's the chromatograph's turn.
I want to see what he found in there. All right.
Yes. The water sample matches the one provided by the police.
Let's see down here. Science words, well, medical words. I don't understand any of this stuff. Oh well.
Well, the results are quite clear. I was hoping it would be a more interesting case.
I didn't open that. A security guard? Anything here? He's still sleeping, I swear. I cannot work in a place like this with a security guard that does nothing, especially with Red Pete on the loose. Okay, but to be honest, I don't understand Red Pete. Like, why would you go after somebody who plays with dead bodies for a living? It's like a bad idea. Okay, it's fine. Turn the autopsy.
More diatoms. Analysis indicates the same origin. Blah, blah, blah.
No blood or drugs were detected. Then how did she fall inside?
There's little left to do. Interesting. Looks like there's something stuck in the trachea. I'm moving to the board for further inspection.
Was she choking on something? That's the only other reason she could have fallen. There it is.
Dissect the trachea and open the organ.
Okay. Or did I not cut yet?
Inside, I find A wedding ring? This is interesting. Let me look at it.
Okay, wait. Let me. Alright. So she has a partner, right? What if the partner tried proposing with like with the ring in the food? She starts eating it, starts choking near the well. She fell down there, but that means the partner didn't tell anyone about her being there. It's weird.
Based on the size, I can say that it's a woman's wedding ring, quite standard from the outside. There's an engraving inside.
09/13/1980. Or she no, forget that theory. This is old. This is an old wedding. She's not that old either. Like 20, she was 28. So she could have stolen this wedding ring from one of her neighbors. Interesting. Why doesn't it let me go back? Hello? Game? I'm stuck here. Back. No, I don't want to have to redo all that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, so it doesn't make sense what I just said.
What the fuck? But this is my ring. Alice's ring.
Oh, never mind. He's tripping.
But how did it, but this should be at home. I have it. At home.
Never mind. The guy was just tripping balls.
I have to check this out. Where are my meds? Where the fuck are my meds?
You know, I just realized that he put the meds in his hand. The hand that's been touching a whole lot of dead goop. Making sure nobody's in there.
I've already taken my pills. Not looking to overdose.
No, you should take more, buddy. You're probably gonna start tripping again real soon. Oh, look who's awake. Okay, but the ring... Okay, so forget what I was saying, but why is the ring there? Doesn't make any sense. Take the pills in the bathroom. I missed something in the bathroom then. It's still telling me to take the pills.
Jesus Christ! Hope these all make it go away.
Well, he didn't want to overdose just earlier, but it's just 4 pills just now.
I have to check the apartment. It can't be. Jesus Christ!
Go to your car and return home immediately. Wait a minute. The ring was stolen. That I do know. The ring was stolen. Along with the cash. Yet the trachea had my ring in it. She died over a week ago. Wait, that doesn't make sense. It hasn't even been long since I got robbed. That means the ring would have been shoved down the dead woman's throat. And wait a minute. I brought her in here, by the way, after she was left outside the hallway. So she was left there, and I brought her in here. And she's been dead for over a week, stuck in a well. That means the ring, which was stolen, by the way, would have had to have been put in there when she was brought here. I do know one person who's able to go in and out of my apartment, which is the brother-in-law. But why would he do something like that? Doesn't make much sense.
Mr. Ridley. Mr. Ridley!
What's all the ruckus?
I need to go home. Immediately.
What? Now?
I have to. Have you seen anyone here this morning?
There we go.
Anybody suspicious?
Oh, there was no one.
That's
Thought
impossible.
there was, but only for a moment, then she left. What's wrong with you, Hammond?
Okay. Thanks.
What about the corpse?
I'll come back, I promise.
Remember to sign, Hanman. Okay, yeah, this guy really shouldn't be driving, because look at him. He's
Jesus Christ!
You need more pills, buddy? I'm gonna go get him more pills, because he's not doing good. He's not doing the greatest. There we go. His anxiety's getting the best of him. His really dirty gloves. Okay. I don't think he was able to drive home like that, because wouldn't be good for him. I can guarantee you somebody's outside. Buddy, it's
I
okay.
have to check this out.
Okay, you'll be all right. Okay. I don't like the fact he left the body there. It's not the greatest thing.
This can't be real. Where is it? Where is it? Where?
I don't think he realized the ring was missing.
It's not here. It's not. I need to go.
Yeah, but first let me check the house, make sure nobody's hiding out in here. Yeah, I'm not stupid. I thought you get stabbed when you're not paying attention. And the cars have been the same for a while. Notice all your use account basic Jackson says. Maybe that apply to stream does random. Maybe, I'm not sure. I still didn't get to check it out, but I'm gonna see about the sensors because it doesn't make any sense.
This is sick. Fuck.
Bro, calm down, just call your brother-in-law.
Come on, Steven. Pick up the fucking phone.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust Steven, I'm sorry.
What's up, man?
They took the ring.
What? What ring? What are you talking about?
They took the wedding ring. Alice's wedding ring.
One sec. You mean burglary? You said nothing was missing.
Yes, I know that. I don't know. I was jittery. Maybe I didn't notice. I don't know, but that's not the worst of it.
Calm down, Jack. Breathe. What happened?
I found it in the trachea of the deceased I was working on. Do you understand? I pulled it out of a dead woman's trachea.
What?
I don't know what's going on. You think Red Pete wants revenge? He's playing with me. Huh? I knew it. I knew it from the beginning this was going to happen. I didn't make it up!
Jack, listen to me. Try to calm down. Don't leave the apartment. I'll be with you right away, okay? I'm on my way.
What sane person would do something like that? How? And when? When the fuck? Fucking Ridley lets in whoever he likes as usual. What are you saying? Steven? Don't leave me, man. Come on. Fuck. God, what now? Okay, just calm down.
I feel really
Calm
bad for
down.
this guy.
I need a drink.
I'm looking around to see if there's anyone just like watching my guy like freak out. Okay, but like if you think about it, right? Oh yeah, by the way, the voice actor is very good. But if you think about it, the police so far has not done the greatest. They know this guy's disappeared. They know, from what I know, this guy, the main character, I keep forgetting his name, probably fought with hate, and nothing good happened. Let me see. He went outside of here. And then Mr. Ridley is just letting in anyone he wants. Which, like I said earlier, makes no sense for there to be a ring in the trachea. Alright. Time to sit down and drink.
Jesus.
After all that drinking he's been doing is not the smartest.
Going on?
No, not drinking. After all those pills he's been taking. There's nothing in there. There it is. Just can't see it with the light.
Just one sip more.
That's not the smartest idea.
Yep.
Oh, he keeps going.
Jesus.
You gonna pick up the card right there? Yeah, I think that was a glitch where this thing's missing right there.
One
Censored.
sip more.
Yo, put the drink down, buddy. You don't need any more drinks.
Okay.
Bro, I'm telling you, this guy's story's crazy. Therapy is where he should be right now, not working.
All right. I can't do it anymore. These reports will kill me one day. I'll have to finish it over the weekend. Fuck. Maybe I'll just ignore it.
Let's see, Youth Detention Center, New Orleans, Dr. Hallis Hanman, child and adolescent psychologist. Interesting.
Yes.
Hi, this is Charlotte. I guess I interrupted you again?
Oh, hi. No, I just... I wrote reports in those last sections, and I was just about to leave for work.
I always know when to call.
Yeah. Definitely. What's up? How are you?
I'm good, thanks. What about you?
Okay. Nothing new. I, had a few days off.
Oh, that's nice. Then... Did you have a moment to look for something for me?
Something for you?
Well... the photo with the photo I asked you for?
It hasn't come yet? Well, sorry, but I said it a week ago.
No, not yet. Maybe I'm too impatient. I'm sorry for rushing you. You have so much on your mind, I thought maybe you forgot.
Interesting.
It's okay. No worries.
I don't think she's getting those
With my
pictures.
pills, Pills. I almost forgot to take my pills. So you see...
Oh, she may become a victim. She may be the next victim of Red
have to
Pete.
go now.
Yes, sure.
Let me know if you still haven't received the letter. Then I'll try... Well, maybe I'll find something else.
Oh, really? Could you? It would be great if you could. Really?
Yes. I know it means a lot to you.
Well, I won't hold you any longer. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Damn. Did I mess up the address?
No.
How am I gonna get those pills?
Okay, so he sent it over a week ago, and then we know from when he just got up now, he hasn't been to work in a few days, which is understandable. But whoever put that ring in there is psychotic, and if they wanted him the next day, legitimately that's just a horrid, that'll just be horrible. So he sent it over a week ago, but she still didn't get it. That means someone took it out of the mailbox. Someone who was watching me put it in the mailbox.
Maybe I should
Interesting.
invite Charlotte to do something herself.
Interesting. Do not invite Charlotte here. Already, she's probably being watched by Red Pete or whoever's watching. I never got to finish that autopsy. I'm kind of upset. Can I go to the roof? No, I can't. Fuck. Unfortunate. Alright. Round level. Let's go.
Fucking hell!
Mm-hmm. Go to demonic noises. It was probably nothing. I swear I thought the door was open. I was not gonna be having a good time. Take the trash out. Oh, are you serious? I wasn't even meant to go out yet. Well, time to go back up to my floor. Unusable. There? No. The fact that most people wouldn't be scared. Don't know what's worse, the fact that most people wouldn't be scared, most precisely those who know what's inside. Yeah. People are weird, my guy. People are weird. Okay, here's my trash. There it is, that one. Those who would just faint.
Ugh. Why is it so wet?
Why is it so wet? Yeah, I'd probably look into that. People.
I shouldn't be this tired.
People are kind of strange, Jador. I hate elevators, by the way. I wish they didn't exist, but that's just me personally. You know what I hate more than elevators? Elevator physics questions. I hate those the worst. Did I leave this door open? Yes, I did. Disgust me?
I wonder if Alice's mother has a film of this photo somewhere. I actually hadn't thought about it before.
Okay. The amount of tripping this guy does isn't, like, honestly, psychologist
I should call her on Friday.
is where he needs to be. And not even thinking about working until he gets help.
Oh, God. Why do I like sleeping so much?
Because it's good for you, my friend.
Huh?
Just random. It's just me, Jack. You're dead. How about you stay dead, woman?
Good afternoon.
Isn't it a bit early for you?
I missed our invigorating conversations. Has Stephen brought the body?
Yeah, the trolley's in the hall. Maybe wheeling it to the dissection room will be invigorating enough for you.
I've missed how friendly and helpful you are.
Okay, yeah, the fact that he's still
I
working
think
there.
I'll get straight to work on this one. Focusing on something will do me some good.
Okay, the problem is I'm having is like he's still working here. Like, I'm sorry, after the ring incident, I feel like he shouldn't be here anymore. How somebody was able to get in past him, put the stolen wedding ring inside this body makes zero sense to me.
Christ, this one's heavy.
Oh, you can see the bloatedness of the body. What would you say? Honestly, I don't fear elevators, but elevators with glass that show the height just Yeah, no.
Hey, Mr. Ridley. I
I'd
need
just take
help.
the stairs.
I can't lift this bag myself.
You gonna help? He's not gonna help.
Ridley! Ugh, wasn't easy. But at least I can start.
You see, I like how he ignored me. I'm serious. This guy really, Mr. Ridley really shouldn't be working there.
I think I'll skip recording a video for the students today. They don't need to see me and the body. Ugh. And they'll still have the accompanying photos anyway.
Okay.
November 27th, 1991, 5:14 p.m. Conducted by Dr. Jack Hanman.
Okay, perfect.
James Evans Jr., also known as Jesse. Age about 30, weight 130 kilograms, height 180 centimeters.
Okay. I'm gonna check with Ridley after. Alright, so this guy was in prison. I wonder if he was found in the dead bodies, where the prisoners got, well, one prisoner got free.
Evans had previously been convicted of possession of stolen goods,
robberies, drug trafficking.
and drug
Okay.
trafficking. There were also attempts to accuse him of leading a criminal group responsible for burglaries in the New Orleans area. What? Burglaries in the New Orleans area? This is...
He's part of Red Pete's group, isn't he?
It's a rather strange coincidence.
And the police people, like, just giving this guy cases related to his trauma is astounding to me.
Police photos show that the body was not even particularly hidden.
Okay, so he's not part of the
Only covered with a thin
the
layer
police
of
moving.
soil, branches, and leaves.
Yeah, so he isn't part of the escape prisoners. So this is new. This is new case, new death.
The body was found naked and mutilated. Clothes, probably belonging to the deceased, were found lying nearby.
Okay.
The body was found inadvertently in the woods near Petesville. The dogs picked up the scent while searching for a missing boy.
I don't need to know if they found a boy or not.
The deceased's father, James Evans Sr., is a local businessman. He was the one who reported the disappearance. At the time of the report, his son hadn't been home for 3 days.
It only took him 3 days for that
Sounds
report,
disturbing. I wonder what condition the body is in then. I'll start by opening the bag.
though. It's not going to be very nice condition. I can just imagine what Ancestor said about the smell.
Oh, fuck. I didn't expect this level of mutilation. This is going to be a dirty job. I'll check through the bag the police left.
Oh, when they said mutilation, it was bad. He has his phallic object is gone. Large parts of his meat is gone right there as well. Jesus. This guy did not go down easy. His death was not easy. I'm checking the mutilations on his body. I'm assuming he was part of he was killed because he was gonna snitch, maybe, I don't know. But his death was not
Maybe
easy.
there will be something worth noting about the victim's clothes. Leather belt. You can see that it's been serving its owner for a long time. Plain cotton t-shirt.
Okay.
Classic jeans. Well, dirty and torn. The bloodstains don't appear to be related to any injuries on the body. The deceased must have been unclothed before he was injured. Traces of dirt mixed with blood and rubbed leaf litter. Evans must have been crawling, or was dragged along the ground.
I'm gonna assume dragged along the ground. He didn't look like he had the energy for that.
Letter, engraved with the police insignia. Stolen? Or maybe purchased from a pawn. It looks somehow... it's probably a coincidence.
Or a partner in crime. I'm telling you, Steve, whatever. I don't trust him as much as I want to trust him.
Interesting. Most of the blood is something stuck here. It looks like some kind of ectasis? Scale? This could point to an animal being responsible.
I don't know about that one. But as I was saying, I've been just getting bad vibes from the brother-in-law at
Certainly
this
not
point.
my style. Is this?
What do you mean by is this? Give me 1 second. I missed. It said is this. Okay, nothing there.
Mainly traces of soil. It's a bit like the perpetrators pulled his shirt over his head.
Interesting to note. I'm gonna check this one more time. This is the only one I can't really do much about. He was talking about is this. What is he talking about? No. Closely examine the clothes. I did. Even if I closely examine it, I don't see anything. No, nothing there.
Oh, you can push it?
Oh, there it is. Cocaine.
After all, what else could I expect?
Alright, so he was hiding cocaine in there.
Someone obviously didn't want to put in the work. These clothes haven't been thoroughly searched.
Which, as I'm saying, is very weird in of itself. So the clothes aren't probably searched. I found a police lighter in there, which he states may be stolen, which I don't believe. There's probably a lot of corruption going on right now. I'm missing something here. No, I'm still missing things.
And here, another animal souvenir. It looks different than the previous one. The only thing I can tell from the clothes is that before his death, Evans had either put up quite a fight, or the attackers simply dragged him along the ground for a long distance. In turn, and this is certainly strange, the injuries themselves were inflicted only when he was naked. Okay, I'll take a look at the scales. They seem too different. Dorothy once brought an animal encyclopedia here. She performed an autopsy on an exotic animal smuggler. The guy suffered an accident while transporting illegal animals. Not only were the police needed on site, but it took nearly a day to round up his cargo. Dorothy had a hard time with that case. Did the impact kill him? Or did one of the animals he was transporting do him in? They even talked about it on the news. People were terrified that some reptile would just come out of their can and grab him. Okay, the book. Scalpel, scissors, syringe,
Alright, so
magnifying glass,
so
knife.
far, what I'm thinking about,
I guess I forgot to
They-
clean the knife.
so it's either the guy put up a fight where he was dragged in and, you know, they stripped him naked and then they killed him. Yeah, that's it. Or you know, he put up a fight or he was dragged. I am assuming he was dragged. I don't think he was able. Like this, that doesn't look like a one-person job. Go to lab and compare this examples. God, when I'm playing this game, I really don't want to talk. I'm just over here listening to the story.
Who is this?
Bro, don't say who is this. You're tripping off the perks you take, okay? That's the only explanation.
All right.
Okay.
What was it? Local wildlife. I bet I'll find something here.
This. I don't think it was a gator.
Not this area, but who knows? Nile crocodile. What kind is this? Saltwater. Oh, yes. This turtle turned out to be a killer. I only need to concentrate on the crocodile chapter.
Okay, so this one. Go to lab and compare the scales with Atlas. Okay, put that scale right there. And if I were to look closely to the scale, I have bigger scales right there. It looks like this one. What's the area at? Crocodilus porosus. It seems the closest because we have the smaller scales right there, and then it goes to the way bigger ones. Oh no, he didn't die in the prison, by the way. I didn't read that. So the prison guys were died somewhere else, not part of them. I feel like it's
that's not it.
No, it's not that one. Dang. Okay, so it has to be this one.
Oh, that was quick. I wouldn't expect anything else.
Okay. What about this?
Nope. It's a completely different color and structure. That's strange.
It's two different crocs.
No
I feel
way.
like it's this one.
I would expect something local. I certainly don't remember hearing of an animal escaping from the zoo. So, either someone donned in crocodile products was around the deceased, or one of them attacked him. I'll examine the body and take photos. If an animal attacked him, there'll be traces. Ugh. Christ. Why am I so tired? Some coffee would be nice. What was I supposed to... the pictures. I'll have to show them to Dorothy. Too bad that we no longer keep our ranking. With something like that, I would come out on top. There's been a case like this for a long, long time.
Okay, so from what I'm thinking, that guy, the guy that just died, is probably part of a, exotic animal transportation group, basically, illegally. Let's say he broke the rules or something like that. They let the animals take bites out of him. Yeah, these aren't human marks. Yeah, so they probably let the animals torture the guy. It makes sense as to where his phallic object has gone to. As for his head, I'm not too sure about where his head went. Doesn't make much sense to me why his head is gone.
Alright, I'll begin. The deceased's skin is smooth and taut. This suggests an advanced stage of decomposition of the corpse.
Okay, that's a lot of pictures I have to take. So,
It's
bone.
unlikely that a human would make such a wound.
Hey, so they probably tortured him with the animals. Well, two
Nasty.
different crocs.
Such a wound could not have occurred during the victim's lifetime.
Probably had rope around him. Or burnt. Interesting.
There are also clear traces of the deceased ankles being
That probably
bound
who
in some
threw him
way.
in to make it hard. Yeah, they probably did throw it away to make it harder to identify. But the tattoos, the tattoos would have made it also easy to identify, so it wouldn't really matter much depending on how you look at it. How you went up, there it is. Look at that. That, I was looking at this earlier, but I didn't know what this was. But that's a crocodile. Or gator, I don't care.
Oh, and as expected, there's a bite.
That's a bite. Its head. The head could have been bitten off.
No head. That's not hard to miss.
And he was tied up, by the way. Okay, so if you look at the hand, if you look at the feet, those are probably burns, like rope burns.
Evans couldn't have tied himself up like that. It looks like some sort of attack or kidnapping.
Okay. God, the genital area being gone freaks me out. I won't even lie. Why is this not a part of the picture? There?
Interesting. This needs to be investigated further.
Okay, and I have one more part left I have to find. Feet, no. This one's an interesting autopsy so far.
This wound appears to have been made by a sharp instrument.
Okay, so what I got so
I need to
far,
gather my thoughts together.
he was tortured.
Look at these photos.
I think he was tortured, dragged. Well, the clothes give me. He was dragged somewhere, and then they let loose the animals, and then bite, more bites, bite right over there on that side, and then he eventually would die, whatever, and then boom, the head's gone. And he was tied, but the head. Yeah, I don't feel like it was slowly bitten off. This is way too, like, even if the crocodiles did try to get his head off, the head is, the way it's shaped and the way the head was cut off, it's too clinical. Look at that. It is, the head cut off is way too clinical. It was taken off by
Seems
people.
that this case will have to be divided into several threads. Like torn meat. But I can't tell from the photo what animal did this. I wonder whether the decapitation took place before or after death.
Yeah.
To check.
There.
The work of animals can be seen here. The question is which ones. I should inspect these areas with a magnifying glass first. I have some suspicions about these marks.
Take the picture of the bite mark from the photo board. The bite mark.
This looks very promising. The bite is clearly visible. It should be easy to compare it with the encyclopedia and identify the culprit. I just need to make it a little bigger. It'll be faster than physically measuring the bite.
Okay, I'm just thinking about how this guy's death went.
I can never remember whether it was
It does
image
not
or
sound. It does not look peaceful at all. Like his body is like a cabra of like
I didn't have facilities
injuries.
like a fax machine.
Yeah, the
Everything
thing
was
that
done by hand.
the thing that messes me up the most about this guy's death, is this area being gone, bitten off, while this guy was probably fighting for his life.
Ah, fantastic. Practically a one-to-one. Just some tracing paper, a pencil, and I can check these in the encyclopedia.
God, I feel so sorry for you, man. Nah, it's just this part that makes me feel really bad for him. Anything else? Yeah, he is a horrible death.
Did I leave them in a drawer? Or maybe a box somewhere? Ugh. I don't remember if I left them out somewhere.
I'm glad he came to work early. That nighttime working is not fun for this guy. Okay. Tracing paper, and I don't know where the tracing paper is at. Oh, in here.
Oh, looks like I can tidy up after myself. Sometimes. A very, nature-driven case so far. I'll have to consult the encyclopedia again. Good thing Dorothy left it here. Otherwise, I would have had to run back to my place to get some.
Alright. I'm gonna go check what's going on with these bite marks. What I do know so far is 2 different animals that attacked this guy. Maybe there could be more. What is that sound? Okay. Right here, no, this is way too narrow. If I look at this one, this is the one. As it goes from it goes from like wide, bit narrower, and then this part is still wide. If I look at these ones, yeah, it doesn't close that much. Yeah, this is the one right here. No, this one.
That makes sense.
Perfect.
This would also explain the mold found in the clothes. It turns out that some of the wounds can be safely blamed on local alligators. However, we cannot blame them for the decapitation.
She said she was dragged.
It's not these animals we should be afraid of here. I should make some notes and start the autopsy.
Okay, finally I can... Hey. You're already starting to go loony on me, aren't you, buddy? Time to go pick up some medication. Make sure nobody's hiding in the restrooms. Perfect. Like I'm telling you, the fact his gloves touches the medicine that goes in his mouth is astounding to me. Alright, time to start the autopsy. Okay, so 132 kg. Oh, okay. Inspect the areas of concern with the magnifying glass.
And look for several stab wounds of varying depth and circumference.
So he was stabbed as well. Well, yeah, he was being tortured, that I do know.
Looks like the killer might have missed before they finally hit the neck.
Okay, so that... Never mind, the torture thing, take that off. Apparently they were trying to decapitate him. Then they missed. This is the upper part of his chest. How do you miss that badly?
It doesn't look good. Evans wasn't decapitated with one cut.
Oh, that's horrifying. You guys were trash at decapitation too.
The alligator. It's strange that an alligator would leave such a clear and smooth mark.
I see. We're not going to talk about this guy's clear lack of a phallic object. Okay.
The result of an animal tearing at its body.
There it is.
Eaten skin,
There's the mark.
Soft tissues and genitals. There are even some teeth marks, but well, it doesn't look like an alligator. The bite is firmly incorporated into the wound. A photo alone won't help me here. I need to make a cast and compare it.
Interesting.
Looks like an uneven bite. It's worth taking a closer look at this. Maybe there will be some remaining teeth marks.
So far, this autopsy has been wild. I don't think I can do that one.
The imprints are quite deep and even. From the looks of it, I'd say Evans was restrained with his own belt.
That's why there was a lot of blood on his belt earlier. It'd be better directly in the medicine than just putting it. Yeah, I do believe that. His hands has been touching so much filth from these dead bodies, and he's
Evans'
taking the medicine directly from there.
To the crocs
Of course, he's not getting better. Just inhaling dead particles.
Very strong binding marks. You can see peeled epidermis and small wounds. There's no end to playing zoologist today.
Okay. Time to mark everything. Or did I not get everything yet? Magnifying glass. No, that's it.
I need a tool with dental impression cement. Can I find it here? No. It's probably lying somewhere around in the lab.
Search the lab for the silicone dispensing gun.
I hope the cement hasn't expired.
Where is this dispensing gun at? Usually it's highlighted. Up there it is.
A month after the due date. That could be worse.
It's in here. I'm probably gonna have to use that for later. Create a cast around the bite mark of the groin.
Now I need to cover the bite area. Wait until it hardens.
My guy,
I think
go
it's
get some
ready.
coffee. Examine the finished cast.
The cast looks quite contaminated from the other wounds in that area. Well, let's hope the imprint turns out better.
The appropriate tools from the suitcase to take an imprint of the bite mark. Tracy said when he said on I was like clothes that made everything worse. He said in the yeah. Yeah, that uncensored, you're not wrong. Every time he goes to the bathroom, that bothers me the most. There's a lot of details in this game. It's just the fact they overlooked that one
ink,
detail
and paper.
is weird to me.
Similar to taking fingerprints.
It's just weird. I'm sorry, but like the amount of inhalation of particles. Where's the tray? It says I have to approach it. There it is. Brush the entire cast with pigment.
Paint over the area. And put a piece of paper on it. That's very strange.
Those are human
Run
teeth.
through the facts and check it on the computer. I really don't want to believe what I'm seeing.
Oh, those are human teeth. Please don't tell me they're human teeth. Bro, I'm so sorry for your death. No, there's no way. There's no way. No, me and him are both tripping. There's no way. Match the bite marks on the criminal database.
Loading.
There's no way. There's no way. Those are human teeth.
What? Wow.
And the pattern has
This
been
is,
found.
Well, this is quite unexpected.
Okay.
Human teeth.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. I need to tell this to Stephen.
We got a cannibal on the loose. Please don't tell me they made him. I don't think he was able to reach from the way it is. No, they. This. Let me see. I had the comparison parts. Yeah, this seems like the one. Analyze. I swear to God, if it's red heat, no match.
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly.
What about? It's not these ones though. The front part of the teeth are too. This one's too narrow. This one looks too wide. Could be this one. Did I not? Did I check that one already? This one looks like to be the one. Analyze.
Loading. It'll probably take a
Successful.
while.
Who is this guy? I want to see the person that's over here biting. Wait, what? Oh, I have to check more. I want to see the guy who's out here biting nut sacks. I don't feel comfortable. No match.
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly.
Okay, no match. What about this one? I would no. This is a. May not be this one. Let's check anyways. No, I don't think so. This one looks nice. It fits everything. Analyze.
Loading. It'll probably
Match.
take a while.
Okay, even more. Let's go with this one first. No, that's not a successful match. This one. Similar, but not the right one. Once again, wrong. No, the molars are completely out of place. It's this one. These are the right molars.
Loading. It'll probably take a while.
Please, I just want to see the creep that did this. Okay, there it is. Who's the weirdo that's doing this?
Finally. What? The partial impression I have may match several people. Okay, this one is in prison, so he's out. Another in prison. No, here's someone with quite interesting tendencies. Oh, he's dead. It doesn't fit. This one doesn't either.
Still in prison.
I'm afraid this will remain a mystery.
Ow.
The killer's profile is getting more and more interesting.
Okay, so one's still in prison. Chuck Brown was convicted of desecration of a corpse, incarcerated. He was released from prison. Okay. Paul Schomburg, convicted of cannibalistic murders, imprisoned. He died in there. Richard Jacobson, arrested for not returning a rented VHS tape. Why do we have his teeth marks? I don't know. He was released from prison as well a while ago. And Mason Martin, convicted of organ trafficking, imprisoned. He's still in prison. Why did that picture of the wife and her friend pop up? Yeah, two of them are in prison, one dead. Maybe the one that it's already strange. Alright, time to continue with this.
I'm going back to the body. I need to make a note.
Highlight the
before I
previous
start the
found
dissection.
wound on the clipboard. Okay, so head is
You can see
missing.
that the tool used was sharp and smooth. So, what if it was in the hands of an unskilled person?
Okay,
This
bite
wound
marks.
turned out to be more troublesome than I thought it would be.
The hand
More
mark.
tissue, lacerations, bite wounds.
Missing genitals. Mark that. I can't. Torn pieces of tissue on the leg. Where else? The
They
chest.
look quite shallow. Someone must have inflicted these with some sort of primitive tool.
And where's the last part I can mark? It says 6. I can't mark that. And right there.
Maybe
The alligator
something
bite.
chased that alligator away before it bit down properly.
You emailed them about the gloves? Perfect. They'll probably fix that.
For obvious reasons, I record decapitation as the cause of death.
Decapitation is the cause of death. I don't think so. I think he died before that. Maybe. Decapitation is probable, but he probably got tortured before that.
The abdominal and genital area are supplied with plenty of blood.
He
If
could
the
have bled
penis
out.
was bitten off while he was alive, Evans could have bled to death. The perfect breeding ground for larvae. Fortunately, the deceased doesn't care about it, just like we do now.
Okay,
I
puncture
need to verify
wounds.
how deep these wounds go.
He could have
If they
suffocated
puncture
with
the
blood.
organs, hemorrhaging could have occurred.
And then the alligator
Alligators
bite.
rarely kill humans. Due to the body fat of the deceased, I'm adding a heart attack to the list. Maybe Evans didn't live long enough to experience what happened to him. Time for internal analysis.
Okay, so I feel like he died
First of
before all the
I'll
animals
try to
started
determine
attacking
whether
him.
death occurred before the decapitation, or if it ended Evans' suffering.
I would like to know that as well. That's an interesting proposition. 8.
With the scalpel, I'll open the deceased's chest. I cut deep in a
Oh.
straight line, avoiding the navel.
Look at all that fat in the way of the... Usually with the skinnier people, it just goes right through.
We see a lot of fat tissue under the skin.
Oh, God.
When I remove the ribs, I expect to see even more fat on the organs.
That's horrifying. Yeah, I never want to have that much fat on me. Ever. Loppers.
Correct. High levels of internal fat, organ size above average due to obesity. I move on to the lung analysis.
Yeah, if you look at the lungs, there's a lot of stab wounds. I get
The
too
deceased
close.
smoked cigarettes. And this is the culprit. Well, it didn't look like the holes were that deep. Such hemorrhage could have been caused by hitting the chest with a blunt object, or a puncture directly affecting the organ. They appear to be of different depths. The cross-section is uneven.
Okay, so it's kind of likely he could have suffocated with the blood. That's a high possibility right there.
Pneumothorax should be added to this. The deceased could have experienced extreme hypoxia, and, as a result, obstructive shock.
6 stabs disrupted the continuity of lung tissue, resulting in life-threatening damage. I don't know if he had time to be suffocated with blood before he was taken out the other way.
I wonder what the heart looks like. The organ is enlarged with very clear, light yellow traces of steatosis on the surface. No, but similarly to the lungs, there is a trace of puncture with a sharp object.
They're right there.
In pneumothorax, the heart rate increases. In the event of such a wound, this would mean bleeding out faster and more. In turn, a sudden increase in the amount of fluid in the pericardial cavity could lead to cardiac tamponade, which is also a life-threatening condition.
So there's a hole right here, so he could have been stabbed in the heart as well, which means bleeding out. Interesting. It's not giving me any clues as to his death though. Why can't I get off back? Mark the damaged areas. Oh, there's multiple damaged areas.
However, is remarkably clean, considering this turn of events.
Okay.
This all looks quite disturbing.
I'm gonna go to his
I wonder if
trachea.
I'll find anything on the liver. The organ is fatty and enlarged. The beginnings of cirrhosis are obvious. Well, that's it.
Oh, let me mark it as my clipboard. Oh, never mind. They want me to examine the liver. I have no choice. Oh, good lord. Jesus, that's
Nothing to
gross.
write home about.
It's fatty. If those guys didn't kill him, his fat would have soon. Okay.
So, I proceed to carefully, like most other organs, it is fatty and clearly enlarged. Not
Ah,
so
this is the
swollen,
biggest one I've seen so
partially
far.
due to gases, but mainly due to the deceased's lifestyle. I take the organ to the cutting board. The outside is intact. I'm going to check the contents.
I really wonder what I'm gonna find in here. Clearly the guy was tortured before his death, so could have been poisoned as well. I want to see this. Go fast.
Sounds like there's an unusually large amount of undigested and now rotten stomach contents
Yeah.
inside.
So there is something in there. Interesting. Okay, go ahead. Touch the walls.
Blood. Evans had to swallow it due to his injuries, which means he was still alive when he was brutally wounded in the chest.
Okay. So the blood suffocation didn't kill him. It may be the decapitation from what I'm looking at. Large stomach but no external signs of damage. Stomach walls intact, no signs of bleeding inside the organ. Interesting.
Only the trachea left to be examined. Surprisingly, it's not damaged by the decapitation. I move on to cutting it open. Okay. I carefully cut, and...
There's not gonna be much in here, I don't think.
blood. Just as I expected.
Yeah.
Evans not only swallowed it, but also choked on it. Looks like I can wrap this up.
What? No, I'm still on the fact he got his nuts bitten off. But I have nothing to talk about for that. Okay. Alright, let me see what this guy says. So he suffocated with
After
blood.
he was abducted, stripped, and tied up.
Okay.
He was dealt several penetrating blows to the chest. Then his head was cut off. Evans was deprived of his genitals, and the body served as an easy meal for the animals.
I see. So suffocation with blood,
Even though there are a lot of injuries on the
decapitation.
body that could cause death, it was the decapitation that ended Evan's life. The animal bites in the limbs occurred after death, so there's no reason to treat these as the cause of death. The damage to the lungs and heart must have led to severe hemorrhaging, so there's no doubt that Evans was choking in bloody convulsions. But it didn't last too long, which I conclude from the small amount of blood in the stomach and trachea. I never thought I'd ever wish someone to have a heart attack, but in this case, it would have been better for him.
Jesus.
In some way, it can be said with certainty that James Evans was murdered.
Okay, so his death is horrid. So he was stabbed multiple times. As he was choking, they sawed off his head, and that's how he truly died. And then after the animals came in, you know, started biting chunks off his body, and a human came in and then bit off a chunk of his nuts. I don't know if he was part of the group that killed the guy, but I don't want to know. So, homicide. Time to sign. Perfect.
Oh well. I need to stitch this poor guy back up. It's really bothering me. Something's
fat.
not right here. Because even now, the organs are relatively clean. The skin around wounds also, it's like, someone pumped it out? Christ. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
No idea what he means by that. But it's a clear-cut case. He's been murdered.
I'll leave these questions for the police to solve.
You're right. I'm not a detective. Let them solve it. It's
And now,
a bite mark back.
I get to head home.
Still a horrifying death right there. One of the worst I've seen in this so far.
I'll hold off taking long walks in the forest for the near future. I have a feeling that it won't end with just one body.
There we go. This guy gets to leave relatively early today. No problems because he's coming out at night.
Good night, Mr. Ridley. The body's ready to be picked up.
Sure. Good night.
I can't wait for the day I get to cut you open, Mr. Ridley. I don't like you. You're a horrible person. You're the reason why I don't feel safe here. Red Peter on the loose. I know you read down a newspaper, okay? You do two things here. You open the newspaper and then you sleep. You don't watch out for anybody. The fact that somebody was able to come in here, stick a ring inside that deceased woman's throat, right? And you had no idea who it was astounds me. Red Peter, Mr. Ridley, you disgust me. I wish for the day where I can get to cut you open. My words are getting...
I think it's the first time in a long time that I finished work at a decent hour. I'll get home and... What? I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Seeing. It feels what's going on.
Oh, come on. Fuck. What did I
And-
get a flat tire? What the fuck?
You didn't get a flat tire. Do you not see
Come on,
that?
This is a... Fuck. I'm going to Ridley's. Maybe he saw something.
Ridley didn't see anything, trust me. He doesn't care. This is time to call the police at this point. Red Pete. Red Screwdriver. Yeah, Red Pete's here.
Ridley, do you know what happened to my car?
What happened to your car?
I don't like
All the
this guy.
tires are fucking flat.
Well, it happens. Don't you have a spare in the trunk?
Spare ones in the trunk. No one carries 4 fucking extra tires in the trunk.
Jesus, Handman, calm down. I'll call you a taxi.
Calm down. That's a bit of an exaggeration, don't you think? Have you seen anyone around here? Someone strange? Suspicious?
Except you? No.
Haha, funny. I don't find all these jokes amusing, you know.
What jokes? Hammond, what's wrong with you? It's just tires.
I don't like this.
Such things are not a coincidence. What's wrong with me? Things keep happening. Last week, and now this?
Just go wait for the taxi, okay? Fresh air would do you good. Neither you nor I will do anything about it now.
Neither you nor I will do anything? What have you been doing all day? Surely something like this can't just be overlooked.
Maybe you should go outside and cool down. I'm calling a taxi.
Cool town.
Okay, I'm sorry, but Mr. Ridley needs to go. Like, he is a horrible, horrible security guard. My tires have been slashed. I'm gonna go take some.
Sleep.
I'm gonna go take some meds. My tires have been slashed the past week. No. That'd be an issue because Red Pete is the Caucasian man. Mr. Ridley's black. That's an African American man. Red Pete couldn't impersonate him, but Mr. Ridley is negligent of his job to the point where this guy is getting hounded by someone. And Mr. Ridley's like, hey, don't worry about it. It's probably nothing. His tires just got slashed. Last week, somebody put his stolen wife's ring inside of a dead body, which he found. Mr. Ridley, oh, it's alright. Horrible guy. Go outside and wait for a taxi. The guy deserves to be fired like 20 years ago.
It would be easier just to move in and live here. I doubt I'll get reimbursed for the cab.
Why am I back here?
Huh?
What is going on?
Damn. It's already late in the... Good evening. Any news for me? About my car? You know, the flat tires?
No.
No, what? Have you checked the cameras? Anything?
Handman, I cut my teeth working in prison. I know what to do.
What?
There were no strangers hanging around.
So the
Maybe you
tires...
ran over
No.
something.
So all of the
What?
tires
All
just...
the tires?
Why,
Popped?
possibly, you can congratulate yourself.
Christ.
You should try sleeping more. You've been kind of out of it lately.
And you
That's the
should
first
try
sense
being
you've
an
made
actual
all
security
evening.
guard.
Good. The body is expected to be ready for pickup tonight, along with your lecture.
Fuck me. I don't have the strength for this today. Have I taken my pills today? Did I take it? Or... one more won't hurt.
I don't like the fact that this stays being open. Okay, but like... The amount of negligence Mr. Ridley just allows to happen is insane.
I need to focus.
Like, a lot of this guy's anxiety can be attributed to Mr.
I don't
Ridley.
have much time.
I'm leaving both of these open. I don't feel like being scared by it later.
Okay. One by
Alright.
one, Jack. Take it easy.
Oh.
A burning issue indeed. Then I'll move on to the body. Ah, shit. The lecture. I almost forgot. I'm gonna need the camcorder.
In his office. What's in the storage room?
This is making me nervous.
Okay, I don't want to go to the storage room. But its windows are blocked off, so it's probably one of the safer places here. Screw Mr. Ridley, man. I could get killed in here and he wouldn't even know. Kind of person I never want to work with at all. Alright, my next autopsy is a burn victim. Good to know.
Oh well.
Frame the camera.
This is not the best framing. Hello, everyone. It's the 20 something of November 1991. Jack Hanlon is conducting the autopsy. Oh, I appear to be missing my gloves and apron.
Bro, I just feel very bad for the protagonist at the instant.
Yes.
Nobody's truly on his side right now.
Already know the drill. So, the body is on the slab.
The police isn't doing a great job at keeping him safe, and Mr. Ridley is doing an even worse job at keeping him sane. So, yeah. I would go crazy in this situation.
So, the victim is from yesterday's apartment block fire on Crowner Street. Personal detail. The exact cause of the fire has not yet been determined. However, it is known that the fire started in the deceased's apartment, where the most damage was reported.
Okay, so it started in his apartment.
The body was not found until the next morning. The tenant was naked, charred, and with severe burns. The owner of the apartment asked about the deceased. He was surprised anyone even lived there.
So he was a squatter.
The deceased was sitting in an armchair near the TV. Pieces of pornographic material, an ashtray, melted video cassettes, and several bottles of so-called poppers were found in the vicinity. It's difficult to assess whether any escape attempts were made.
So he was squatting, taking a lot of drugs in the place.
Firefighters indicated that it was probably the large quantity of poppers found near the deceased and rapid spread of the fire. Well, that's our basic question. Whether the death occurred as a result of fire, or whether he was dead before it.
Okay.
As you can see, the body is in quite an unusual pose. For the purpose of photographic documentation, we'll leave it like that for now.
It said it was near the armchair. How is he in that kind of pose? I'd assume he'd be in a pose where he would be sitting down. Wait. Oh yeah. Okay, so far, from what I can guess, he was either killed or a kinky accident happened. I'm going to assume killed.
This position is called the pugilistic attitude. This is due to the influence of high temperature on the muscles.
Good to learn. Good to learn. Okay, so
the fire
the rope with
reaches
the neck
skin first, then the soft tissue, until the skeletal muscles are exposed.
Don't know what I'm missing here.
Coagulation occurs in exposed muscles due to their fibers shrinking. The extensors yield to the force of the flexors.
And
The muscles
there we go.
contract and contract until the limbs become flexy and deformed. The upper ones are characterized by a triple bend, similar to a boxer holding his hands in front of him.
There's the part I missed right here. Right there.
Just 10 minutes will do it. 10 minutes for the muscles and tendons to contract, like a steak on the grill.
Right there.
In the end, we're all just walking meat.
Okay, man, you don't have to be so damn morbid about it. I was probably doing something kinky. The fire went, you know, the person who was with him probably wanted to kill him. It is what it is. It happens.
The deceased must now be straightened out, and we need to get rid of these bindings. He looks to have been tied up in a rather unusual way.
Like I'm saying, this was a kink.
The deceased's neck and feet were most likely secured to his hands, and
Never
these
mind.
were probably tied in front and around the crotch level.
Maybe?
Which explains why, despite the severe burns, the deceased's limbs are not all that twisted.
I'm curious as to what was going on with this guy before his death. So far, what I'm thinking about is some kind of kinky disaster.
That's better. It's easier to straighten him now. Without taking out the magnifying glass, we already know that the deceased's skin is heavily charred and cracked.
So he died due to burning, which makes a lot of sense, but he could have been dead before. You never know, this could be a cover-up. Suspect the area is a concern with a magnifying glass.
As for the other details, the victim sat in the chair the whole time, hence his back being in much better condition than this extremely burned area.
Okay. He was
The
tied
rope
up.
marks around the wrists are deep and clearly visible.
Like I said, he may have been killed before, and then the fire was just
There are crow's feet visible near the eyes.
to hide it.
Her lip reveals front teeth. One of the incisors is broken. There's soot in the nostrils.
Okay, interesting. Not
The
telling
rope
me
around
much.
the neck wasn't very tight. I don't see it leaving a mark on the skin.
Okay, so the rope around the neck wasn't very tight. So what I was saying earlier about this being some kind
You
of
can
a
clearly see that
kinky
this is primarily
disaster
the front of the deceased
would
that was
be
exposed
true.
to fire.
and then this feet
Looks
is
as
left.
if a large flap of skin had detached from the calf. The rope at the man's ankles was tied much tighter and more precisely than the one around his wrists. All in all, quite a lot can be deduced from this external examination.
What does he think about this? He thinks it's a kinky disaster. He's on the same side as me.
Traces failed to indicate that the deceased suffocated before the fire took hold. Oh, that must have been terrifying.
Okay, so his
The eye
eyes.
clenching is a natural reaction of the body to high temperatures. Soot in the nose appears when inhaling harmful and choking smoke. The tissue of the mouth was heavily burned as well. The teeth, however, makes me wonder.
So his teeth was broken, but I do know this guy was killed. There's no way
Severe
there's no other way
burns,
around it.
covering approximately 80% of the epidermis.
His leg.
Predominance of 4th and 3rd degree burns. He appears
His
to be
wrists.
loosely tied. However, this is the result of the corpse drying out. The wound shows that the rope had deeply imprinted itself in the tissue.
Okay, so it's not sounding like a
Through the
kinky
dermis
disaster
and
anymore.
hypodermis to reach the
I think it was
muscles.
just
The body is covered
he was just
in loose
you know,
areas.
wrapped in the rope and then
The
burned.
length of the
You
rope
never
was
know.
calculated, and appears that the deceased could make limited movements around the... It looks like the deceased was a fan of choking while masturbating. Deaths due to a predilection for asphyxophilia do occur, but not in this case.
Okay. What if it's a mix of both though? He was killed while in the middle doing something kinky.
It may
No.
seem incidental, but for us it's a sign that the deceased was most certainly conscious. We need to check the damage inhaling all that smoke has done to the respiratory tract. Perhaps the deceased lost a tooth attempting to bite through the rope. The extent of the thermal stresses on the body could have caused this death. Burns to the genitals and groin are an additional concussive factor. This is due to the high vascularity and innervation of this area. Wounds on the wrists
so
and
I thought-
ankles indicate that the deceased could have been struggling in panic. In this case, I don't assume that this was a delayed death. The mixture of fear, sexual arousal, and drugs could have caused a heart attack. I will assess the extent of possible poisoning and burning in a moment. First, I'll try to establish the victim's
Was
identity.
910.
Due to the amount of charring, we are unable to collect the victim's fingerprints. Visual identification is also out of the question. You can probably guess what options we are left with. You guessed it.
Thief.
A dental impression. For this, I need impression trays and alkanate material. Please excuse me for a moment.
Okay. I'm gonna have to end it here. Because I don't think I can do this one. With the... by the time I have to finish.
It's going well.
Especially because of how long it should take.
Where are these trays?
But
Towels,
so far...
papers, jars. Nope. It's not anywhere on the counter.
But so far, from what I got from this story, this guy is deeply traumatized. His brother-in-law, not the greatest cop. This guy, not the greatest security guard. He's being hunted down by the guy that killed his wife. And nobody seems to care about that. And yeah. This isn't the best time to be alive for this guy right now. Okay, I'm gonna go. I have to go do some studying. Wait, let me check what's back here first. Must be something important before I leave. No way I can't see in there. You know, what's the safest place for a criminal to hide? Other than the place where the most dangerous places. Somebody's in there. I can't jump either, so I can't find out. Oh well. And you know, Mr. Ridley's not gonna check it out, so it's whatever.
Jeez. I don't know what this was for. Rusty scrap.
Okay, I'm gonna check in here before I leave. If there's any signs somebody's living down here. Okay. No signs of anybody living down here, but I still feel like this is gonna be important later on. Alright. I'm gonna end it right here. I'm probably gonna have to redo all of that before next time I do this, but it is what it is. It happens. Anyways. Sayonara.